FIFA 20's slick presentation and increased content offering can't paper over gameplay that feels at times indistinguishable from last year's effort. While the unbelievably popular money spinner Ultimate Team has received some welcome new content, a barely iterative career mode and disappointing Volta make FIFA 20 an inconsistent new signing. From a gameplay perspective, you're almost instantly going to know if you like FIFA 20. As with every year, a mechanic makes itself quite apparent among the rest as the dominant form of play, and this year, like so many years in the past, it's pace. Agile strikers leave vague player-shaped blurs on the pitch, while defenders look around like they're sure someone called their name, but they don't know who. A welcome change is that players with high passing stats finally have a place in teams, and games don't simply break down into who can bomb up the wing and cross it back post. Dribbling feels very responsive, with close control returning as a hugely effective method to destroy defences. Players need time to set themselves before a shot now, so passing to your striker and watching him rip every muscle from his body in order to perform a howitzer of a first time shot isn't as regular an occurrence as it was last year. The defending, however, is a nightmare. Again. Much was made in the lead up to FIFA 20 that the ghastly horror show of FIFA 19's defending was to be a thing of the past. No longer would defenders have to make 10 tackles before being offered the honour of regaining possession. Well, apparently between the time they said that and the release they changed their mind because strong, tall defenders are left floundering by low tier players. That's if you're actually able to switch to one of them. How difficult is it for a football game to come up with a way for me to switch to the exact player I want to without it coming across like an overbearing parent and deciding, no, you know what, see that fullback that's in a different postcode from the ball, that's what we're going to switch to, enjoy it. The flashiest new addition to the game is the Volta mode, a needless renaming of what is essentially a spiritual successor to FIFA Street. However, what's missing is FIFA Street's actual distinction from the traditional series. Volta feels far too much like a regular game of FIFA to be much more than a semi-interesting distraction. Tied to Volta is a story mode, replacing the journey of the past few titles. Players travel across the world with their teammates, the instantly irritating J10 team, and generate noise complaints from residents as fast as possible. The gameplay is totally fine, building up your own personal YouTube skiller is a perfectly serviceable framework for the mode, but the cutscenes that tie the thing together are intolerable. Not only is every single character uniquely hateful and contractually obliged to speak in the most stilted faux street talk ever, they take what is essentially the act of playing five-a-sides and treat it with the dramatic weight of Schindler's List being performed by high schoolers. Also, they call nutmegs panas, which makes it quite clear that there was no actual human being in the same country as the script as it was being written. Pour one out for career mode players who have once again been given nothing. Honestly, at this point, it feels like EA would rather remove career mode than have to deal with fans demanding something that sails close to original. Despite the lovely cutscenes that football games seem to be obsessed with these days, it hardly feels different from the career modes I'd pour over on FIFA 10. Also, they still have the problem where you need to play like 4 games over 8 days, meaning that your first 11 would have a better chance of staying healthy in the UFC. The ludicrously popular Ultimate Team returns in FIFA 20, as it will until the heat death of the universe, or when EA forgets how to sell expensive JPEGs. Along with returning ways to lose endless hours of your life, such as Rivals, Weekend League and Draft, friendlies have been added to the mode, such as the fun, if instantly forgettable Mystery Ball and the extremely boring King of the Hill. I'll be shocked if anyone plays the latter for longer than is necessary for the season objective, but the more options for games against your friends is always a good thing. Speaking of season objectives, my favourite addition to Ultimate Team this year is by far FIFA's take on the perennially popular Battle Pass. Through objectives, both gameplay based and menu based, players earn XP towards levels that each have a reward. Things like packs, lone players, and in the case of the first season at least, the choice of 3 special versions of players. If you're playing career mode and wondering what they spent all their time doing instead of actually improving it, look no further than the frankly comically over the top pack animations. Far from the days of a simple player's face appearing on the screen, FIFA 20 features WrestleMania tier entrances for every discard price rare you find, and if you happen to beat the literal 5% odds of packing an 84 rated player, you might as well make a cup of tea and come back, because by the time the game has shot out 100,000 fireworks and the player is shimmied out doing some already out of date dance, you'll have forgotten that at some point you were in fact playing a football game. FIFA 20 feels like an end of a generation FIFA. The game hasn't significantly changed in years, and while that is to be expected from an annualised franchise, it's well overdue a massive change like the move to the Frostbite engine so many years ago. Half-hearted attempts at modes like Volta don't disguise from the fact that EA sees FIFA as nothing more than Ultimate Team plus some other bits. I feel conflicted because Ultimate Team is simply predatory. The sheer amount of money one would have to spend in order to even play as one of the best players in the world could buy the console you're playing on, but invariably, Ultimate Team is where I'll spend the lion's share of my time with FIFA 20. I'm very happy with the addition of season objectives in order to give me something to do other than grind towards players. From a gameplay perspective, attacking is as fun and as varied as it's been in years, but if the defending remains the same after the first big balance patch, I anticipate a very long season indeed. Thanks for watching this review of FIFA 20, let me know what you think in the comments below and if you're going to pick it up. Remember to subscribe to BBC The Social Gaming, and until next time, I'm Jordan Midler, see you later.